The last stop on our road trip 2019-2020 was in the city of Pittsburgh. We took I-79 south through pretty, rolling Pennsylvania countryside, which had recently been snowed upon. However, this winter has been an unusually warm one in this region, and the temperature was a balmy 40 degrees. We pulled into Pittsburgh on Thursday, January 9th, 2020 at 2 in the afternoon. In today's video, we'll give you a brief rundown on the city of Pittsburgh, share a few insights and a couple experiences. Then we'll take you to a Pittsburgh suburb, which was perhaps the absolute worst place I have ever seen in person. Pittsburgh is located at the convergence of the Allegheny, Monongahela, and Ohio rivers. The whole Pittsburgh metro area is surrounded by hills. This city made its name in the steel industry, hence the big steel bridges and the city's football team, the Steelers. Pittsburgh's a very poor city, and we'll get a look at that in a minute, but it has some rich people, particularly in the Shady Side and North Squirrel Hill neighborhoods. Here's North Squirrel Hill. This is the richest neighborhood in Pittsburgh, where residents earn about $100,000 a year on average and homes cost about $500,000. This is Shady Side, a modern chic neighborhood with upscale shopping and dining. Women wear their yoga pants to lunch here, even in foot-deep snow. The food is decent. I didn't get a chance to try the Pittsburgh version of the cheesesteak, but I did have perhaps the best sandwich I've ever had at a place called Pork and Beans downtown. It was called their classic, and it was primarily composed of beef brisket and cheese. I didn't think to take a picture of it until it was gone. I also ran into a guy who wore way too much cologne, who I swore is on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I should have asked him. Of course, we didn't come here to walk around downtown. We came here to see the worst part of town. I had originally planned to film two northeast Pittsburgh slums, areas called Homewood and Larimer, which I had heard resembled the gutted out areas we had seen in other dying Rust Belt communities. But in downtown, I asked a friendly bartender what she thought of Homewood and Larimer. She told me if I really wanted to see the worst areas of Pittsburgh, I needed to see the south side. She said it was one of the most dangerous cities in the country, a place called McKeesport. Whenever there's a shooting or a crime or all the cops go somewhere, it's in McKeesport, she said. So the next day, we went off to McKeesport to see what all the fuss was about. McKeesport's a tiny city that's only about 10 miles south of Pittsburgh, but because the region's so hilly, getting there takes nearly 30 minutes on windy, sad, beaten-up roads. Just like every other former steel town, McKeesport was hit hard when steel makers left the region. The city once had more than 50,000 people, but now it has less than 20,000. There are many other areas on Pittsburgh's fringes like McKeesport, but not nearly so dangerous or destitute. This is another area 10 minutes from Pittsburgh on the city's east side. Pittsburgh's whole east side is pockmarked with crime and poor, rundown neighborhoods. We also visited the original ghetto hoods we had planned to visit. Here's a look at Homewood and Larimer on Pittsburgh's northeast side. These places need help. They need a community leader to step up and do something, or these places are going to disappear one day, as everybody either flees or dies. These neighborhoods are just a small glimpse as to what it looks like when a city like Pittsburgh goes from a population of 700,000 to 300,000 in only about 60 years. The Rust Belt tour was over. We had witnessed places like East St. Louis, Lansing, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh, and how the loss of industry and a shrinking economy has made these cities sad, dangerous, empty, and soulless. These places don't look like America of the 1950s. They don't even look like they should be in America at all. As I pulled back into Raleigh the following day, I was greeted by a muggy, partly sunny sky, a far cry from the cold I had experienced for the past 3 weeks, but nowhere near as cold as it should have been. The green colors and overall positive vibes were welcome. It was nice to be home. Hey guys, if you learned something new or you just like this video, make sure to like it. And if you really like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get all of our videos about what it's like to live in different places in America. Peace.